You would think that a lesson would have been learned regarding being caught with your hand in the corporate money cookie jar. But there is a particular content creating shitlib out there that just does not want to let this go and feels that he has to continue to not only thumb the eye of progressive populist political supporters, he is also somebody who feels that he has to let everyone know that he's left the left. Newsflash, David Pakman, you were never on the left to begin with, but
no.
Here's what he had to say, Jen.
Not changed in terms of my views. What has changed, as I pointed out yesterday, is I no longer believe we are all part of the same movement.
I don't know what movement you were a part of, but I sure as shit was never a part of whatever movement you're in. As I like to point out to everyone who has ever listened to this sort of little prick, this guy back in 2016, 2017 was shouting from the rooftops that we needed regime change in Venezuela and to remove Maduro and put in puppet President Guaido. He was calling him President Guaido on his channel at great frequency. Guys, this is 8 years ago. I don't know how anyone in that moment thought that it made sense to listen to this guy for even a second thereafter. Not even addressing Israel. I'm just talking about Venezuela. I'm not even addressing Ukraine. I am talking about the fact that this guy showed his true stripes almost a decade ago, and how people are still listening to him now is mind-boggling to me. But you know what we did learn regarding this chorus, content creating, what you would call incubator organization that Brian Tyler Cohen was a part of? This was a algorithm manipulated group of people that were getting millions upon millions of subscribers because they're part of the club. They are doing the type of content creation that is considered acceptable by the establishment. I think it's safe to say that you and I do not do the type of content that would be acceptable by the establishment to put us on the algorithm. Just a thought.
Yeah, well, that was never an option for us. But we never started this to be a livelihood or a business. Like, we started this because we had a platform from the first campaign, and I didn't want to throw that away. I'm like, okay, we can use this to build something, that's a part of a mission. So we were never in this for a business. That's the difference. Although it would be nice to be paid.
Yes, well, we're working towards that. Guys, 154 of you are watching so far. If you haven't smashed that like button, please make sure that you do. Please make sure you subscribe. And please make sure that you share.
The governance-focused, big tent, win elections and pass laws left. That's where I am.
Go away. He reminds me of the guy from Blue's Clues. Remember Steve from Blue's Clues? Yeah, he just doesn't even look real. He looks like he's doing some kids TV show. I honestly, and I am loath to say this because this is not something that I often say, but you do. He is just so disgustingly beta to me that it's just so gross. And I don't normally think that. I don't normally say that about men. That's a you thing to say. This could be the most beta man that I see regularly in content. Well, him and Shapiro.
Yeah, I can't decide who cries more before they go to sleep at night. Is it Shapiro or is it Pakman?
I'm sorry, Matt. I wasn't trying to insult Steve. I'm sorry. I didn't have a problem with Steve from Blue's Clues.
Well, and guys, could we just kind of get this thing trending now already? I mean, I think it's inevitable that we get there. But could we start calling him David A. Pakman? Because it just sticks. It just works. David A. Pakman. Am I right? I think so.
And then there's this purity test left. The ones who don't really care if we lose and sometimes seem to like it so they can say, I told you so.
The big difference between that sentiment and the one that exists within the populist right movement, like libertarianism and even MAGA to an extent, their top priority is not winning elections. Their top priority is winning the issues, winning the narrative and winning over the populace of the country, which is what the left is supposed to be. But you see, to shitbags like this guy, the only thing that really matters to him is whether or not the election is being won. Because for him, it's a job. It's, how do I make this a career? That's his priority. His priority is not how do we figure out how to improve populist left working class priorities in this country. When you have 3 million plus subscribers, that's not your priority. Your priority is your wallet. And he's got a big one. And we've all seen how he reacts when even a slither of that wallet is threatened. And we've seen it. Jen, good?
Yeah, I think so. It keeps saying I have an obstruction, but I don't see what it is. And I don't know what to do.
If there's anything bad on your end, I will let you know if I see it here. But right now, you look good. So all is good for now. Let's hope.
I was gone for a while.
As they feel morally untainted. They treat compromise as corruption. They think we need a better media ecosystem must mean install CIA-approved thought leaders or something like that. So maybe we were never really part of the same movement.
You are bought by corporate special interests. Has anybody seen the rap sheet of the people he takes sponsorship money from? I mean, for goodness sake, he takes money from Fume, one of those jewel tobacco companies that's like ruining kids' lives.
That's disgusting. That's very un-Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, hey, he's got a nice velvety purple shirt on, and he probably, feels all nice and tidy at night when he goes to sleep. He's happy. He's rolling in that cashola.
I've been red-pilled about anything. Maybe it's that. We overlapped when convenient, and that was it. But I'm not getting red-pilled. I'm done pretending that everyone with a left-wing label is on the same page. You can stand for progress in a lot of different ways. You can want change without torching everyone who's only 98% on your side. But no, I am not having a political awakening. I am not the next Dave Rubin. None of that is happening.
No, actually, you're worse. You're just worse. That's what you are. That's smart.
I don't know why we're even talking about him. Like, I hate talking about these people so much. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I really think is a very pontificating with Pete thing.
Well, the reason I had to bring him up tonight is because he really is, he's spiraling. Like, he really is spiraling, and he can say, oh, I'm leaving the left. You were never on it to begin with. And frankly, I hope it is hurting his bottom line. I don't wish typically ill will on anybody. But for somebody like him, for somebody who has, somebody brought it up that I noticed on social media.
That's what I think. This is my opinion. Yes. I do not like talking about the content creators. I friggin' hate it, but here we are.
Oh, well, he's not long for the top of the world in content creation anyway, so I'm not entirely worried about it, nor should anybody else be. He's certainly made himself quite the grift, but maybe all good grifts come to an end. One can only hope on that.